Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. So this is the sewing tutorial of the previous Bustier video that I dropped. So if you are longing to make this gown or a Bustier dress, then this tutorial is for you. If this is your first time of seeing any of my videos, thank you for joining in. Please do well to like, share, and drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if this video is something that you want to learn so quickly, let's get right into the main tutorial for the day. Okay, I've gone ahead now to iron my padded. If you have your wadding, go ahead and iron your wadding. In the previous video, I showed you how to iron with hemming gum. So I'm going to be placing it on my, I ironed the wadding on my lining, and I'm going to be placing the right side of the bustier to the center front of the bustier, and I'm going to be sewing half an inch all the way around as you see my hands go. Okay, and I'll place the other one on the other end. So there's a left side and there's a right side. Please make sure that you're placing the right side correctly, and go ahead and sew half an inch. Okay, this is the main fabric. I'm not adding any wadding to it. I'm not adding any padded to it. Go ahead and trim the excess of your stay. All right, I'll go ahead now and place the right side of this center bustier to the center front. All right, and sew with half an inch. You can go ahead and mark with your tape so that you follow the half an inch accurately. Okay, so when I'm done, I'm going to bring the back part. Now this back part, you would have to arrange it so you don't get confused. Remember the notched area for the zip and the center. There's a center back and there's a side back. All right, so if you have not watched my previous video, please go ahead and watch it and see the difference. This means just arranging it, okay, and sewing half an inch on each side. All right, now this is the bustier after sewing and I've ironed. This is what it looks like. It's standing already, like it is firm. It is firm already. So if you're using a foam padded like this or a wadding, it should already have this effect. Okay, so as you can see, after sewing, I went ahead now to trim the bust area, and this is the main fabric. I didn't add anything on it. So I'm going to push it in, place the lining over it. That's right side facing right side. Make sure the dart lines are connecting very well. All right, I'll go ahead and pin. When I'm done pinning, I'm going to use hemming gum to sew the neckline of this bustier. Now, why am I sewing with hemming gum? Because I want it to lap very well. I want it to be firm. I want that neckline to be so neat. All right, so that when I'm done ironing, it is it is completely very neat. All right, that's my hemming gum there. I'm going to go ahead and sew the half an inch with my hemming gum. All right. Then on my side, I'm going to be joining with half an inch. You can join with 0.25. Remember, our initial allowance is 1.5. So when you join with 0.5, the remaining allowance is 1 inch. All right, so go ahead and and sew the sides. So this is my center back, and that notch you can see there is for the zip. All right, so I'll place both fabric, that's the main fabric, opposite each other. Then also bring my lining part. So your lining part should be the same width. As you can see, the notch for the zipper for the lining is the same position for the fabric. Just follow what you see me do. All right, place them over each other and go ahead and sew that neckline with your hemming gum. All right, when you're done sewing with hemming gum, go ahead and sew the zipper area with half an inch. When you sew with half an inch, you also go ahead to the side seam. This is side seam, so you go ahead and sew your half an inch, and this is the zipper allowance. Please make use of your notches. This things I'm saying might be sounding strange to you, but make use of your notches. When you make use of your notches, it is easier for you to identify which is the center back and which is the side back. All right, so this is the band I'm going to be using for my neck. That's my neck straps. So I cut about 5 inches wide. Then when I fold is 2 inches, and when I sew, I'm going to be having 2 inches. I will sew half an inch, remaining 2 inches. All right. Okay, so I went ahead now to sew. Now I want to mark where the neck straps is going to be. As you can see from that center from the dart line of this bust, I'm going to coming out or marking 3 inches. That's where my strap, my neck rope or neck band is going to start from. All right, so I'm just going to fix it in, then pin it down. So when I'm sewing my neckline, I will sew everything together. All right, I hope you understood that. The same thing I did for the other side, that's what I'm going to do for the other end. So this is the back. I'm done sewing with my hemming gum. I'm going to flip it over, turn it inside out, and I'll go ahead and iron. And this is the iron form, very beautiful. So I'm done, right? And this is what the dress top looks like. All right, so without even saying anything, it's already standing. So go ahead, bring your back pattern or back pattern over the front. Let it be that the right side is facing the right side, and go ahead and sew on your seam allowance, which is 1 inches. All right, so go ahead. I'm going to flip it over to the area you'll see it very well. So you're going to be sewing on half an inch for your seam allowance. Now I want to cut the down part of this dress. This down part of this dress, your waist, if for instance your waist is 28, what you'll be needing is ×2 or ×3, depending on how bulky you want your gathers to look. But first of all, I'm going to be cutting the length of this dress. Now the half length of my top is 19, and the full length of this gown is about 45. So you take your tape further to 19, then mark out your 45, just the way you see me do. So because I don't want to continue taking out my 19, I'm just going to place my tape to know what exactly I want. So go ahead and do yours like that. You can as well mark out your remove your half length, then mark out your full length like the one I did before. All right, so go ahead and mark out. This is me marking out the length of my gown. And remember the wideness. I said the wideness is your waist ×3 ×2 ×5, depending on the fullness of the gathers that you want, and you also work with the amount of fabric you have. All right, so now this particular gown, there's a basque effect on the gathers. So I went out, or I came in by 10 inches or 12 inches. I'm going to be using 10. I wanted to use 12, but I decided to use 11. Okay, I'm using 11 right now. So from that 11, I'm going to be placing my backs like this of my top. Then I'm going to be marking the length of this backs effect. That's it. Then I'm going to be bringing my ruler to just slant it in. So from the way I'm seeing this, I slanted it more than the 11 I left. So this is why I slanted it in like this. All right, so go ahead and slant yours in and cut out like this. It's going to give you the same effect. All right, so that place is already slanted, and I'm going to be notching my midpoint, and I'll go ahead and gather this down part on my top bustier. All right, but it is preferable to start from the center front because you know it's a backed dress. All right, so next I'm going to be showing you what this dress looks like after my gather, or after pleating on the top. So this is what it looks like. It's already looking beautiful. So I'm showing the front pattern of this dress. This is it. This is what the dress looks like. All right. So now I'm going ahead now to take the entire measurement of this my round waist, because I want to cover it with lining. Now the lining adds to the fullness. So next I'm going to be measuring the length of this gown. So the length I see here is already 30. Okay, but the lining is not supposed to be the same length with the main fabric, so I'm taking out 6 inches. So what we're going to be using for the entire length of the lining is 24. Okay, I'm going to be going ahead now to mark out my 24 inches, which is going to be the length of this lining. All right, now this lining we're going to be pleating on the main fabric. Like I said, that this lining will not add to the fullness of the dress. There are so many things you can add to make your gather full. All right, this is one of it. Okay, so I'm done, and I'm going to just take measurement of the width, or yeah, the width of this lining, which is my waist times 2 and some allowances. All right, and some extra. All right, so this is my lining. All right, and this is the main dress. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be pleating on it, but before you pleat on it, make sure that you are pleating on the joint part. All right, you are pleating on that joint part, like the top area. You are pleating on it. You place your fabric on it, and you sew only on the joining part of this gown. Don't allow the joining to reflect in your top or the other part of the main dress. It should not reflect in your main dress. It should just be on this excess, or on this line, on this extra, that is the joining, the waist joining. Or hope you understood this. Like you're joining, you're pleating on the waist joining. This is what it looks like. I've already pleated on just the waist joining of this gown. Okay, it's not showing on the main dress. All right, so when I flip it over, it's going to look very clean, like clean. You're not seeing the joining of this dress. That's the essence of pleating on the joining of the waist of this dress. All right, so I'm almost done. I'm going to bring the gown together. The waist area, I'm going to be pinning it down. All right, so where my zipper is going to stop is what I'm trying to mark out. So depending on what you want, go ahead and mark yours. I'm using 18, so I'm marking it there, and I'm going to go ahead now and pin it together. Bring the 4 pieces together and pin it together, making sure that the midpoint of the waist is same, is equal. And I'm just going to go ahead again to arrange my fabric, then mark out 1 inch for my joining allowance for the back. All right, so go ahead and mark out yours and join yours with your sewing machine. So I'm done joining the 4. You can go ahead and weave your fabric, but before you weave, go ahead and iron. All right, so I'm going to be showing you how to fix your zip. So your zip, this is your zip. You're going to be using the right side, facing the right side of the zip with the right side of the fabric, because I already have my idea of the allowance of the zip, which is like 1 inch. So I'm going to just mark out the zip and pin it together with the fabric like this. So sew on the zip. So on the other side, what you do is you bring it out. So this is the inside. Yes, you bring it out like this, it becomes very easy for you to pin your zip. So when you pin it, make sure the waistline is matching with the other side. That's the essence. The waistline must be matching with the other side. So I'm going to be making sure that the waistline meets each other. Also minding the fact that your zipper allowance is just 1 inch. Alright, so go ahead and mark out everything and make sure the base, that's the neckline of the back, is equal with the other end. Go ahead and pinning is very important in sewing, so it is one of the things that you would also learn while sewing. So go ahead and sew on the other part of the zip, and we are almost done with this dress. So I'm done. So I'm going to be cutting the excess of this zip out, then the remaining excess I'm going to be folding it in. So the reason why you fold in, so that when you are zipping, does not just go up and go out. So sew it, and that's it for this tutorial. I'll be showing you what it looks like in the mannequin very soon. So but don't forget to hem your dress. You hem the main dress and also hem the lining. You can go ahead and weave if you want to weave, if that's what you prefer. So this is what the dress looks like. Tell me if you'll be trying this tutorial in the comment section. I love this dress so much. This dress was sewn with so much love inside my heart. Okay, so if this is your first time of seeing my video and you have not yet subscribed, please do well to subscribe to my channel, like, share, so that other soulmates can get to know my channel. You can also drop a tutorial on what you want to learn in the comment section. So I see you again in my next tutorial. It's bye bye for me. I love you all. Thanks for watching.